Well, good afternoon or good evening if you're in the beautiful USA. If you're overseas, it's probably already Saturday morning, super Saturday morning. And I am Bruce, aka the guy in the blue shirt. My method is simpler, faster, better. And I have a couple of organizations called Process Cleanup and about to be a different new division. So we'll talk about that through the Omniverse City. And I've got Dr. Culpepper. She's in beautiful Georgia, but it's already dark. So that's why our lighting is a little different. Hi, Dr. Pepper.
Hello, how are you, Bruce? Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, good.
Yes, it's extremely dark.
Yeah, I know. I still have some natural light from my patio. I have French doors to the right of my computer where I stand. So I love it, love it, love it. So we're gonna have a conversation about how you morphed from being a regular practicing eye doctor into more the research field. But before we do that, I would like to, and we chatted offline about this. I'd just like to go over, how people become my guests because I think it's important for people to understand what I call a process of called, and I call it the 4 C's of LinkedIn, and it always works. It doesn't work quickly, so that's some people's frustration because they usually want to press a button and have it all happen all together. So my 4 C's, and this is actually exactly how you've become a guest. So I want to cover the context of that. So first of all, I started in a conversation with you actually through comments. So comments or conversation, and actually after some cross communicating with different posts and through the Omniverse City, then I reached out to you and asked for a connection, and you said yes. So thank you for doing that. And then from that connection, we started to talk, and we had a lot of DMs and a very nice long phone call as you were rushing back to work for an emergency moment, as I recall. And but she still talked to me because by then she'd sort of realized that community was pretty important. So I have a couple of different communities. This one is in the Omniverse City, which we'll come back to. I do an in-person networking group called LinkedIn Local. And obviously, I have a community of live stream guests, and you're my 257th. And what I find is once you build those communities, and you can, and I also have one in IndyCar racing, which is completely different. But the point about a community is that's the place that you really want to spend your time collaborating with people because not everyone's going to jive with you. Not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to stand for your mission. People aren't going to like your products. People are going to hate your services. So don't waste your time. Stick with what I call the Jive Hive. I call them the Jive Hive. And I don't know about you, Dr. Culpepper, but my numbers are pretty interesting that I only jive with about 6% of people I ever meet. So, I there's a lot of opportunity for improvement. I know that, but but those are the numbers, and that's where people get frustrated because they want to go right from not even a conversation. They want to go from a connection request to collaborating or making offers, and it doesn't work that way. So, anyway, contextually, did I miss anything in the process?
No, I don't think you did. And I agree. It has to be organic, authentic, and sometimes it just takes time.
Yeah, I love that. Organic, authentic.
Mhm.
OAT. Oh, out, out.
Oh,
So that's a good one. So I have very few mantras, but the one I do have is I choose every day to live life young daily. So maybe I'll think about maybe I need to take my oats, which is, a new acronym to think about. Too many acronyms in both your world and mine, right?
yes, absolutely.
Sure. Okay. So tell us a little bit about your journey. You obviously are a practicing eye specialist or eye person. And tell us a little bit about why you're passionate about research. And also, we can talk a little bit about your products. And then, how about we full circle to come back to talk about the Omniverse City? And by the way, if you are watching, we can't see you or tell you're watching unless you comment. So, don't be shy. Just say hi.
Don't be shy. Just say
Say
hi.
hi. You like that? that sounds like a rap almost, right? Don't
I
be shy,
like that.
say hi. All right,
So,
over.
yeah,
All
thank
right,
you so much again for having me. I appreciate you extending the opportunity for me to just talk about what I know or a few things that I know. And
uh-huh.
hopefully, I'll add value to you and your listeners.
Absolutely. You
So,
already did by saying
yeah,
yes. You know.
so, oh, thank you. I'm Dr. Culpepper. I've been an optometrist since 2008, Georgia licensed. And around, I would say, 2012, 2013,
Hmm.
I began to wonder how can I add value outside of the examination room. I
Uh-huh.
just wanted to further my reach, if that makes any sense. And
Absolutely.
so I started a small blog, very small blog called OD Chronicles, which is the title of a doctor of optometry, which is OD Chronicles, meaning the life of. So very simple, nothing complex. And I just started blogging about just simple things, my journey, just whatever popped into my mind.
Right.
People started asking different questions, and that led to different things. And the most two common questions were, or three things really were, my eyes tend to get irritated, dry. What can I do about those? Are those over the counter drops? Do they work? There's so many of them. How do I know what to pick? And then people came on, I hate eye drops. I don't like them. What can be done about that? And then the most frustrating thing for me as an optometrist was we give the best exam we can, right?
Yeah.
After that, if a person doesn't have glasses or contacts and they need them, what do? They get a
Mhm.
prescription, but they still don't have the product in their hand that will allow them clearer vision, right?
Right.
So that is the third product, the second product in Eyesight Concepts product line. So that began my journey
Hmm.
of how
Okay.
to actually extend my reach.
So, in a layperson's non-scientific view, how does your second product work? Tell us what it's called. I know it's got a snappy name. It's the second one there, right?
Yeah, so the second product is actually called FitXSee. So it came out of the frustration of not having a product or something to put in the hand of my patients to help them see clearer faster,
Uh-huh.
because there's a turnaround time on glasses and contact lens orders, as you are well aware. But if
Yeah.
you don't have a backup and you need to drive, you need to function in everyday life, school, work, whatever it is, what are your options?
Right.
So that's where my product comes in.
Awesome. So, how does it mechanically? Is it mechanical or chemical, or how does
Yeah,
it work?
it is mechanical. You just piece the frame together, and you snap your prescription lenses into the frame. And so you have a complete pair of glasses once the patient gets out of the chair without any weight, no tools, no heat, and they're able to go about their day. And then if they, of course, want to order their traditional eyeglasses, they're more than welcome.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. We are a bridge to the traditional ordering eyeglass process.
Okay. So it's a do it. No, I wouldn't say it. Do it yourself kit. A doctor inspired kit that they leave with, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, awesome.
Something to get them by until their regular glasses come in. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, little sidebar on that. I've not told you, but I've just invested in a special machine that will allow for that to be branded if you wanted. So I'm actually going to be at the April I wear artwork show that I'm going to be a speaker. I'm actually going to take some samples for how I've taken some glasses and branded them or customized them with my special little machine. So I can do that by just people send me the arms of their spectacles. I can add their name. I can add a fun tagline. I can add the logo. Whatever they want. How about that?
Nice. Okay. Yes, we will definitely talk about that for sure.
Yeah, so I could add your hashtag to it or whatever you wanted. So
Okay. Love that. Thank
yeah,
you.
Right. And then I'm thinking about doing a kind of kit, but I don't know what needs to go in the kit yet. But it could be, it could be a kit of, a little bit of cleaner, a proper microfiber cloth so you don't scratch the lenses. Could be a protection case like Suzanne has. I don't know. I haven't. We'll chit chat more about that. Anyway, the second product. So tell us about the research that happened to get to the second product that you have.
Yes. So the first product I actually came up was just a dry eye spray. I just thought, well, I just started trying to solve the issues that patients were complaining about, most of the time. So I said, okay, well, I know for sure people don't like eye drops. So let's find something that we can put maybe in a spray bottle as an alternative, as an alternative. So I started researching some different formulas, some different plant-based materials and things of that sort. And after about, it took a while for me to actually come up with something really good. So fast forward to now, we have the dry eye spray, the dry eye drops, and then the nighttime formula, which is a little bit viscous for those who need extra protection at night. And then I have a pet formula. It works on cats, dogs, and horses.
Wow, how about that? Well, I at night I use Moro 128, but maybe
Yes.
yeah,
I'd love to send you a sample of my nighttime formula then if you're using Muro 128.
I would love that, particularly if yours is plant-based, because
Mm-hmm.
I know Bausch and Lomb's is all chemical synthesized. So yeah, the more, particularly with my X-linked retinoschisis, I have to be super careful what I get near my eyes and definitely what I put in my eyes. But yes, I got lots of challenges. Not only X-linked retinoschisis, I have major glaucoma, which I've fixed with a PID and a Trebec. So I actually have a Trebec valve in my left eye, and then I got severe dry eyes. How about that?
Okay. Yes, and that's a good segue because I'd also like to say that there's nothing, I don't want to talk against the products that are out there now because everything has its place.
Right,
And so I just wanted to offer some alternatives for those who like plant-based
right. Well, and
treatment.
I love the idea of the spray. So does it work? Can you keep your contacts in and it's still effective?
You can.
Ah, because that's the cool thing. When I was wearing contacts, I used to have to pop them out and put some, eye drops behind them, then put them back in, and that used to, particularly on a really long day. So
Mhm.
cool. So is it actually because people, dropping is very inconsistent until you get used to it? So is the spray actually more accurate at getting the required dose then, or recommended dose?
Yes. Well, I will say this, far as the spray, depending on how heavy handed you are and how much you are pressing down, you'll
Right.
get a much heftier dose than if you press it kind of lightly. So
Right.
it's used at your discretion.
Okay. Got it. But is it quicker to absorb or quicker to help?
I find that it is. And I think the reason why I think personally it's that way is because when you spray, because of the ingredients that are in the formula, you get your lids, you get your lid margin and your lashes and your outer orbital here. And sometimes people will say, "Hey, I noticed my eyes aren't as dark. Is it the spray?"
Oh,
Or
okay.
I noticed, so you're getting 2 for 1 deal out of just
Okay. So the
besides
spray
the
is
orbital surface.
the spray is moisturizing also the skin and the tissues as well
Yeah.
as the pupil itself.
Yeah, and the cornea and the ocular surface itself. Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I need some. Happy to buy it. No
Okay,
problem.
no problem at all. I can send you some things. No problem.
Cool. See, look at that. A real live case, a person that's willing to try, I'm fairly adventurous, but yeah, as you know, dry eyes can be, not not very pleasant, particularly when you travel, particularly when you fly. That's for me, flying is, the biggest one for me. So yep. So not comfy, and then you try and sleep, and it feels like somebody threw a bucket of sand in your eyes, and yeah, well,
Yeah.
all the sensation.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it's not fun. It's not fun. So
Good.
I'd like to talk to you more about that, because I like to dive into, your history, things of that sort, and how
Right.
you would rate your symptoms and signs and things of that sort.
It's mainly the dehydration with the purified air in aircraft cabins, which is the purified air system in an aircraft works really, really well, because I'm in the aerospace business with my current customer, so I'm relearning about some of that stuff again. But yeah, people don't realize how good the air quality is in an airplane. Despite everyone saying, "Oh, you get sick on airplanes," actually you don't. You you get sick anywhere else other than in an airplane. But hey, it's just lack of knowledge.
Absolutely.
So are both products available now?
Yes, both products and both formulas are available now. Yes.
Okay. All right. So when I put this up for replay, perhaps you can drop the links, or I did cross link you have a page, right? You created a LinkedIn page, as I recall.
I did. I did that last month.
Okay, good. And what is it called again? Eyesight
It's
Concept?
yes, it's Eyesight Concepts.
Okay.
EYESIGHT and the next word concepts.
Okay.
CONCEPTS.
All right, awesome. So yeah, so people can check that out as well. So all right, so you want to bridge topics, and again, if you are listening in, I've had a note saying some comments aren't showing up. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about the technology. It's out of my control. But if you are watching, please say hi. Don't be shy. Please say hi. Don't be shy, right? And if you do have any questions, obviously not too technical, for Dr. Culpepper, drop them in the comments, and we can go back and actually respond to those later. So, you want to talk Omniverse City?
Yes.
Yes. All right, you go first. Charlene Nichols is to blame, right?
Yes. She's the culprit behind all of this.
Yeah, I know. I love her
But
to
in a
death.
positive way for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm really excited about just AI in general and everything that it has to offer and what it is doing to just shape all of the industry, the entire world. And
right.
I'm grateful to be on, I guess you can call it the forefront of what's happening, and to see the vision. Yeah, I am so excited, and kudos to you for everything that you are doing. I'm just in awe, you and everybody that is just really taking the reins and just speeding light years ahead of what's happening.
So, I have a little admission. It was a little kind of egotistical, even though I try not to be egotistical. But when I saw the possibilities, I didn't know
Mhm,
what they were going to end up. But I thought, you know what, wouldn't it be cool for a guy in the baby boomer category to kind of take the bull by the horns and
mhm.
maybe be the first baby boomer guy that actually had a real live operational 3D headquarters? And that's a little snapshot behind me. It is live. And so that was partly it. But really, it came out of frustration, because
Mhm.
my frustration was that I tried Linktree, and I was scattered. I had, even though I'm supposed to be simpler, faster, better, I was longer, more discombobulated, more complicated. So part of the vision for this and the technology that works behind it is, I had to define for Charlene and their design team, well, what simpler, faster, better meant for them. And basically, it's, I wanted people to be able to get access to anything and everything that I offer or do in either 3 clicks or less. So that's the technology piece. Or from a time point of view, to be able to do that in 30 seconds or less. So when people ask me, well, Bruce, what does simpler, faster, better mean? It means that in your personal or your professional life, you can find anything and everything you need in 30 seconds or less. And ideally, if you're on an electronic device, you only need to do 3 clicks or less. So that sounds easy till you try and do it. So, so that's kind of, so this operates in 3 clicks or less once you are inside it. It typically loads everything in 30 seconds or less because some of it does bounce out of the city and then come back. And then the other thing that I'm not as experienced about doing is taking people on tours. So if people do want to come look at my 3D HQ, I'll drop the link and you can just sign up and do that. It's a free community entry. No obligation, no nothing. Just come in, and then if somebody does want to come on a tour of the Omniverse City with me, I can teach them the basics of moving around, jumping around, flying around. Whatever they want to do. So that's my piece. So what was your intriguement? Where are you? Where are you on that pathway?
So yes, for me, and I want to say first, I visited your area, your store, and I think I may have done something wrong. I have to go back because I went in the part where you are now, and then I went in around the corner, and
Yep.
I saw a few things around the corner there. Was I supposed to do something here where you are now, the background there?
Okay, so this is the Connect room.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So thanks for anything that's on the wall or at the end of the room. It's a screen. So
Mm-hmm.
if you move towards the white circle, all you have to do is do Control E, and
Mm-hmm.
that makes something happen. And it
Oh, okay.
so a little introduction video will play, and then any of the items on the wall you can double click on them and it links. But that's
Okay.
the Connect room. But there is Connect, and then there's a separate room for shop, so you can
Mm-hmm.
shop for things. And then there's a play room. So it's Connect, Shop, Play.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you can go around the corner. Yeah, you can, and you can't really do any damage to the avatar or you. You can, and then what's also interesting is off the play area, which originally I was going to have like a challenge game, but it
Mhm.
it it didn't really work very well. What I did create is to a little alcove off the play area, and it will be a full library. So it's a digital library. There's no digital books in there yet, but I will be putting a couple of my digital books, including my new one that's about to come out.
Okay.
And for the first 9 people that want to join me, I want to partner with them. So if they have books or ebooks or Kindle Direct Publishing book, I would like them to be partners in my library. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, and if you go again and you're stuck, then just let me know. We'll go on a tour. We'll figure out
Okay.
time, and I'll take you with me because once we join together, I think you've been with Charlene before. There,
Mm-hmm.
there's a cool tool called teleportation, so we can teleport together and talk with proximity chat. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay. Now I
yeah.
didn't know about that. Okay.
Oh, okay. We need to go on a tour then.
Okay. It appears so. So we'll have to get that set up.
Yeah, and then actually a big shout out my most consistent visitor. Her name's Lydia, and she's from the Philippines. And yeah, Lydia goes in. She's a master of education. She was a school principal, head of an education system in the Philippines. She's since retired, so she goes in there a lot, and she finds out all sorts of stuff that I didn't even know was there. So
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
and
Nice.
and the city, she visits everyone else's places, and of course that's where the eyewear art walk is going to be digi-physical from. It's going to be a in-person event, but there's going to be digitization for people to still participate even though they may not be able to go to Los Angeles or any city they're going, right?
Yes. Yes. My goal is to get to Nashville. I'd like to
All
attend
right,
the Tennessee one. Yeah,
i will
for
try
sure.
and i will try and come meet you. I love to meet my live stream guests in real life if I can.
So where am I in the process? I know you asked. I'm working with Charlene to get myself in there and see where I need to be. We have a few things that we're talking about, bouncing around a few ideas. So I'll definitely keep you posted on that.
Sure.
Hopefully everything comes into fruition.
Oh, it will. I'm sure it will. So, do you have any publications?
I right now I have a quick eye guide that's out, and I have 2 ebooks that's out as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, when you next talk to Charlene, and I'll mention it to her, if you wanted to be in my library, just mention that to Charlene. I would love to have you. I would love to have you as one of the first 9 people to come collaborate with me in the library, because the library's built. It's already built.
Okay. Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for that.
Hey, you're welcome. I'd love you, and I'd love Dr. Christie to be there. I'd love Dr. Irina to be there. I'd love a couple other entrepreneurs that aren't eye doctors. I'd love 𝐷𝐸𝐺 to be there. There's lots of people I'd like. I have another live stream host guy, Russ Hedge, and his partner, live stream host, Dr. D. Scott. I'd love for those guys because they have lots of ebooks and publications, and it's okay. You can find them on Amazon or KDP or wherever, but I just love to have, some really good collaborators in my library so that people can just go to one place and see who I collaborate with, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love
Yeah.
it.
And there'll be wide subjects. I mean, my branding coach, Tisha Marie Pelletier, she's got a lot of publications, so really want her to be there too, and I will see her in person next Tuesday at her Social Connect Simplified. She's also simplified her in-person networking group. So the simplified version is next Tuesday after work. So gonna run over there.
Okay. So that's strictly in person.
It is, but
Okay.
my LinkedIn locals, the first one in February will be in person, but the May event, because my marketing team member is going to be traveling. The May event, we are planning to do digi-physical. So it will be a physical event, but it will also allow Kristen to be there digitally. So that will be an adventure.
Lots of nice, good things happening in the metaverse. I'm
Yeah,
for
yeah.
it.
I'm hoping we do a little exercise called the networking circles at our LinkedIn local events, and it's networking done differently. We actually don't encourage people to bring their business cards. No business cards required. And so we're going to have Kristen do a little moment from wherever she is, and we're going to call it Kristen's Corner, and she's going to talk about where she's at and what she's doing. And if she's got a little community, then when we do the networking circles, then we'll do it with her, but she'll be digital, not physical.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So you'll have more information forthcoming about that.
I
Okay, I'll
will.
look out for it.
Yeah. And if you ever want to form a little community there in Georgia, I know you, well, talk to us about the Red Shoes group that you belong to. So that's kind of fun.
Oh, yes. So, Optometry Divas is an organization that I used to be a co-ambassador for in the Atlanta chapter.
Right.
Although I'm no longer a co-ambassador, it's a really great organization. Dr. Justin is awesome. She's the founder of the organization and very nice lady. And yeah.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we need to Red Shoes in the Omniverse City.
Absolutely.
You
That's
could
always a possibility.
you could
Uh,
try
there
on all
are
you could
4
try
events every year.
right. You could try on all sorts of different pairs of red shoes for fun.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Use the AI, and then and then the last piece in my store, I do have an AI booth in there, and
Hmm.
it automatically goes to the Rodan and Field skin and hair care analysis, so people can use their smartphone or their camera on their computer, and it will give them an analysis of their skin and hair care and make some recommendations for them. So yeah,
Okay. I'd like to talk to you about something else with lenses.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, if you've got some idea on how to, particularly the existing AI, where behind the scenes, as you know, in the Omniverse City, there's a lens gallery, and there's a way to do simple prescriptive reviews as long as you don't have special eyes like me. And yeah, so all that technology is already there with Charlene's organization. So yeah,
Okay.
love to do
Sounds
that.
like we need to have a conversation, Charlene, you and I, about a few things.
I think we do. And in fact, I'm sure Charlene will listen to this replay. I did invite her, but she's in teenage running around time.
Oh, yes.
So,
Yes. Her son is in one of the martial arts. I can't remember which one. Yeah.
yeah, and then her daughter is a little older, and I think she's doing some out of school activities as well. So poor Charlene she's CEO, entrepreneur, super mom, super wife, and everything else that she is to everyone else. So
Yeah, she wears a lot of hats. She does it pretty well too.
oh yeah, amazing work ethic and
Hmm.
amazing creativity. It's like every time I talk, her, it's like, wow, how did you think that up, right?
Yeah, her mind is awesome.
Unique.
It's very interesting. Yeah, unique. Yes.
Very unique. She
Yeah.
can join the dots from 1,000 miles apart in
Hmm.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought I was a pretty good dot joiner, but she is like amazing. Again, so apologies, we can't see any comments, but if you are commenting, please say hi. We will respond later. Yeah. And then oh, by the way, tomorrow it will appear on YouTube as well. I forgot to, but it goes through patent infringement checking, etc., that YouTube do, which is good for YouTube, and so it will end up there as well. So how do you like people to either ask questions from you or connect with you? What's the best way for people to do that?
Email is fine, support@eyesightconcepts.com. Uh, my phone number is actually 470-690-3393.
Hmm.
LinkedIn, of course.
Right.
And I have Charlene make me set up a Facebook account. So I have Eyesight Concepts, a Facebook account, and I also have a YouTube channel, Eyesight Concepts. So everything is Eyesight Concepts.
Okay. All right. Well, please be sure when the replay posts to drop all that information in there for. And if you are watching on replay, don't hesitate. You can still drop your questions, get your questions answered, and things like that. And so, yeah, I love it. Lots of collaboration. I will do all I can to meet you in person in Tennessee, but I'll get through the Los Angeles event first. So,
Okay, I understand. I hope so. And if not, that's okay. I'm pretty sure we will have quite a few conversations before then because
yeah.
there's a lot of things that I really want to get going on. And I'd like for you to be a part of some of those.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I mean, anything. Yeah, particularly any kind of what I might call lessons learned in the Omniverse City. We did some things that didn't work too well, first of all. So, I wouldn't say it was trial and error. It was just, back to, the question, is this simpler, faster, better? Am I the product of my own method, right? And it's like if you were an eye doctor and then you decided to do products in dentistry, that wouldn't jive, right? So my craft is about eliminating or reducing massive amounts of wasted steps, time, and money. And if my process is longer, more steps, taking more money, then it's anti my method, right? So
absolutely. I know I wanted to ask you as well about your process and just going through everything that's happening right now in the technology world and how it's affecting the entire world. How do you deal with just the trial and error of everything? Because everything is new
Hmm.
and you're wanting to get into the space and you are just having to just everything, like you said, just trial and error, just getting through that process, through to the finish line.
Right. Well, for me, I'm pretty task goal driven. So adding a patience pill to my diet has been tough.
Yeah.
And I mean that in not really a pill, but being patient,
Mhm.
and also recognizing that the way that something works in the omniverse city is pretty alien to the way that we've been trained to think. So we've had a lot of exposure to websites that are what I call flat and only two-dimensional. When you then add this other dimension, this three-dimensional piece, um, for me, I get frustrated much quicker. And even though I know that I can't really break anything, I I tend to give up too soon. So a little extra tenacity, more patience, and recognizing you can't really bust too much. I mean, and also introducing people to the concepts. What when the finished item is finished, of course it looks simple. The
Mhm.
the roadmap of getting from your design ideas to that simple end product is there's a lot of steps in between. So
Yeah.
and that's kind of where the lessons learned come from. And the psychology is different. I mean, I was chatting with Charlene about this a couple of weeks ago, and so because I am a baby boomer, the way I was educated is totally different than up and coming, high performing, high potential team members. I didn't have a smartphone. I didn't even use a computer until I came to the USA. So I mean, the way that you're taught and the way that your brain is patternized is totally different than the generation before me, and definitely two generations before me. So I've had to really go back to basics, and I'm back looking at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which was the business psychology stuff I did way back. And when I actually started looking at it, like nothing's really changed. What has changed is how do you adapt the message, because the psychology is still foundationally correct. People
I see
people
what
will
you're saying.
use people will use services from the people that they know, like, and trust. Now, they don't actually have to like you, which is really interesting, but they've got to know you and they've got to trust you. And when you go back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, people don't do that unless they've got five basic things taken care of. They need to feel safe. So
Mhm.
for somebody, particularly baby boomers, being in a three-dimensional world like this without a VR headset, because that's the other cool thing. You don't need another device. And that's what people don't realize. You can create your avatar, you can move around as if you're in a game without having to use gaming software or devices. So huge advantage, because the cost to get in, you don't need all that extra equipment. But when you are in there, it's different. I mean, I'm not a gamer. I've never been a gamer. I don't understand gamification. I don't understand basic concepts of moving around. So I taught myself out of it, which is silly, really.
But
So
it's sometimes it's that I don't want to say fear, but it's just the unknown. It's like I don't know what this is. I don't. How is this going to turn out? Then we try to reason and
right.
use logic of how this is going to go. And it's a whole process.
Well, the other thing is, it truly is. People talk about immersive experience
Mm,
technology, and that's what it is. It's an immersive experience. The thing about that is people stay longer, but the work effort or the calories it takes
mhm,
more work effort and calories, because all of your senses are being exposed at the same time. It's your vision, it's your hearing, it's your movement. It's so I find I get on sensory overload very quickly.
Mhm.
Whereas, if you're in a two-dimensional flat website, you can scroll, you can ping around. It's not so overwhelming. But when things are three-dimensional, you can make the move. That there's just a lot more sensory overwhelmness, and coupled with my extinct retinoschisis, I mean that's mega overwhelming for me because my ability to focus is short.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
can't dual task. So that's the other thing, not even close to multitasking. I tell you, I'm a one trick pony. I mean, I have to be, I have to be on that thought process. And then if I need to go, so I can stop, but I have to kind of almost like take a breath, take a look, and then before, so I can't ping pong around on trains of thought very easily. And when you're in a three-dimensional world, you gotta be, your brain has to be more elastic. So my brain is not as elastic as I would like it to be. It gets there, but I get very tired when I'm in the immersive experience. So
I agree with that. And I, yes, I agree with that 1000%. It is very easy to get overloaded and overly stimulated really quickly
right,
if you're not careful. So
yeah,
you have to be, and that was one of the things that I was talking to someone about. When you first go in, it's very, very important to have pre-education about the experience,
right,
because someone would literally be in there for 2 seconds and leave because it's too much. So
yeah,
pre-education is key.
yeah.
You have to prep someone.
Right. Well, that's why, for somebody that's really interested, that's why I want to do the tour with them. I want them to make their avatar ahead of time so that they've
Mhm.
got that piece out of the way. So that's not, because what I found is if you do the introduction, you got to make the avatar and then you go to the city,
It's too much.
it's not an age related thing at all. It's just too much. It's too
Yeah.
much for our brains to take on board. So that's another little trick is, when you do get your presence, I encourage people to make their avatar first and save it, do that as a separate exercise in their own leisure, even if they pick one of the, standard avatars. I mean, I customize mine, but
Me too.
because that's what I want to do. But you don't have
Mhm.
to. So again, but doing that first step actually helps. Then when you do ping into the city and start to move around, it just makes it not so uphill, right? So
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah. Just
okay,
quick question. How long do you think it's going to take for people to really start adopting what's happening?
that is a great question. Um, so it depends on who you're talking with. How how on fire their burning platform is. So what I mean by that is if somebody really really needs to make a change,
Mhm.
and instead of reinvesting in two-dimensional website technology, I would encourage them to think about going to a 3D immersive experience so that you don't waste your money on 2D technology. I think, I mean, I tend to be more opportunist or optimistic. I think traditional websites, the next 3 to 5 years, there will not be traditional websites anymore. So is the burning platform today for a lot of people? Nope. Is it next week? Nope. But for some industries and some people, particularly some that might be wanting to completely change what they're doing, the burning platform to learn is right now. It's
Mhm.
here now. It's not going away. It doesn't matter what regularization or legislation they place on it. I mean, we've gone too far down the AI and immersive experience to go back. So yeah. So what's
I
the old
agree.
song? What's the old song? It's now or never.
It's now or never. The AI has definitely caught the attention of the
Right.
largest companies in the world. So we're not going back at this point. And
Right.
then let me ask you one other. You mentioned 2D. With 2D, if you were first starting out, would you just kind of dive into 3D, or would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say the same thing. Just don't
Yeah.
waste your time and energy with the 2D.
Right. The inception process is going to take longer,
Mm,
but the longevity of the investment is going to last a whole lot longer. So I mean, it took us on and off. It took us on and off a good 9 to 10 months to get here. Um, what, and that's not a criticism. That's reality. Because
absolutely.
now, would I do it differently all over? Probably, but the journey is I'm there. And is it the best place on the planet? Nope. Is it the worst place on the planet? Nope. It's somewhere in between. So, yeah, I mean, if somebody's really transitioning what they want to do or how they want to do it, I would seriously look at making the investment now. It's a little bit more costly in terms of time and money, but it's going to last way, way longer than a regular two-dimensional website. So,
I agree.
and the amount of utilities that are going to be, and what I mean by utilities, it's kind of like add-ons, I guess. The amount of utilities that are being designed to add on, they're coming fast and furious. So yeah, immersive experience, like you said, the top brands in the world are using immersive experience and AI together.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
they're not doing that because they think it's a game.
Nope. No, they are not.
They're doing it because they see the trend and they want to be in front of the trend, and it's the old fashioned saying, first to market is first to win. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and
Well, the journey is the journey, and what we can do is just enjoy the process in between. And, we are on the forefront, it seems like. So we just keep moving. And
yeah.
as things unfold, we will already have something to show that we were there on the forefront.
Well, it's I actually I like making memories and doing first
Mm,
part of making memorable memories. So yeah,
mhm.
like to do that. And anyway, so well, you'll see. My little publication is coming out about my memoir, my legacy,
All
part,
right.
part of my
Nice.
part of my legacy. So put it down into print with the help of an amazing creative writer called Leanne Kindle. So we're gonna get there.
Well, congratulations in advance.
Yeah, yeah. It's called Love, Lost, and Legacy.
Oh, nice. Nice title.
Yeah, Love, Lost, and Legacy lessons learned. So did a lot of L's.
Lots of L's in there. That's the first
This,
letter in my first name. So yeah, not
yeah,
lots of L's in there. I like that.
yeah. Well, it's the syncopation. People remember stuff when you syncopate words. So
Yeah,
all right, well, cool. All right, well, before you go away, you want to do a little bit of fun.
let's do it.
All right, so I hope it'll play. This is my little brand story by a guy called Devin James, who I met through LinkedIn, and Charlene knows him too. So here we go.
Okay.
You're frustrated that you have no time and you just hate it. You lost your mind. You're running around the kids and the spouse, and the business that was once your passion has got you burnt out. So, consult with Bruce, the guy in the blue shirt. He'll help you find the truth so that you can do you first. See, it's all about simpler, faster, better, so you can save massive amounts of time and money instead of longing for the day where you can finally kick your feet up. Do yourself a favor. Call up Bruce. He'll tell you about process cleanup.
I like it.
You like that?
I like it.
when you want a brand story done, I can introduce you to the brand story maestro. And then, just for fun, just to push the barrier a little bit more, we did this just for fun. We ended up creating 3 spaces which people are going to be able to see. And we ended up with spaces called connect and shop and shop and play.
You don't want to miss out, that's all I'm gonna say. The right place, the right time, the right tech. In the Omniverse is where I place my bet.
Connect and shop and shop and play and play.
Imagine having Google stocks back in the day when you got up on the ground floor. Penny said $1, this is opportunity calling, so you better yell holla.
Little bit.
I like it.
Little bit of rap at 68 years old.
Hey, you're on the forefront. Nothing wrong with that. Try different things.
That's right. Just for fun.
Just
all right. Well, thank you for being with us, and apologies for not seeing live comments. And we will go back and just hang for a minute. Take care, everybody. Thanks again, and see you soon.
Bye.